It's amazing. It is awesome to see everyone. Now, before we start, just tell me, how is everyone feeling today? And I think we are now absolutely pumped to hear what is going to happen this week. I think I'm absolutely excited, and we have an amazing lineup of what is going to happen today. And you know what? This is going to be one of those webinars which is going to absolutely blow your mind. And I know we keep saying that, but you know what? It is one of those days because it is a start of a new year and a start of a new beginning. And a lot of the people in the world are slowly seeping into an awesome new beginning. All right. So with that, I welcome everyone to the New Economic Evolution of the World webinar today. And myself, Harin Arun, for the people who don't know me, I am a Leadership Council member. I'm a top manager within our organization. I'm a certified master profi and Genius of Finance host. And I'm also a member of the Journals of World for Peace, and I'm a professional investor, entrepreneur, and a speaker myself. And you know what? As I said, before we move on, I want to see a lot of pluses. Or how are you feeling? Let's create some excitement over here to really boost the lineup of speakers today. Put pluses, put some words of positive affirmations, and you know what? Let's get this really up there. Let's make your Saturday be much better. No matter whether you're in India, you're in Malaysia, you're in Australia, you're in New Zealand, or even you're in Moscow or even Latvia. Let's make everyone feel on top of their world. Awesome. I can see a lot of pluses. That's awesome, guys. If we can have the next slide, that would be amazing. To our all panelists and again, translators and panelists, thank you so much for doing a wonderful job week after week for us. Today is going to be an amazing lineup for us, where part one of the meeting is going to be a weekly summary, as we usually try to give everyone. This is where amazing news about what's going to happen week after week is going to be shown. And the new economic evolution of the world in action, you're going to see some real figures. You're going to see some real training from, in our part two. And there's some lineup of awesome news that you never would have, expected. All right. And I can't keep my mouth quiet anymore. But trust me, this news that you're going to see and listen is going to really put your business on top. It's going to be one of those things that going to help your business go into the next level. And of course, this part two of the meeting has been hyped up. Our CEO, Andre Horato, and one of our top leaders. And Mila just went live just under about 1 hour ago, and she said the lineup for speakers today and the training they're going to show you guys is going to be on the top as well. So I'm really excited, and there's something that you're going to see, which is it's the upgraded version of our new economic evolution of the world presentation, going to be shown by our very own Annette Martinson. So without further ado, I'm going to now invite a good friend of mine, a member of the Leadership Council. She is a vice president. It took her less than 4 years to change her life around. And you know what? I'm really proud to be called one of her good friends. All right. She's an international speaker, private investor, entrepreneur, and she's a member of Journals of Peace. And she has a big heart, just like every single person in our organization. So with that, I'm going to call one of the most beautiful women in our organization, Annette Martinson. The floor is yours. Let's hear it from you, my friend.
Hello, everyone. How can you hear me? How can you see me? Let me see. Great. I hope you're excited for today, guys, because I'm a little bit nervous because obviously today is the day when we finally present the new presentation, which we have worked with the team so hard, and feels that there is still so many things that we would love to improve. But you know, today is the day when I guess we, like, at least myself, I've been waiting it for a very long time. So I can see that you guys are okay with the sound. So before I start this presentation, guys, I want to kind of inform you that this presentation will be translated in 11 languages, and this presentation will be given to our all leaders, and most likely it will be uploaded in the back office as well. But I want to make clear one thing. This is going to be, well, this is our global corporate presentation. So please, when you present, especially on a corporate level, when you are presenting this presentation, do not change the slides, do not add anything to those slides, do not change design or anything like that. Okay, let's keep the presentation as it is, because it has been approved by the President Council, by our company CEO, and other people who had to go through this presentation and see, you know, whether the wording is correct and whether we have explained everything in a right way. Okay, so what you do, you know, on your kind of on a one-to-one basis, that's a different story. You can obviously add things that you want to add, that you feel you want to, you know, share with the people. But when we are sharing this on a social media and on a global scale, we have to keep this presentation as it is. I hope that's clear, guys. Put plus if yes, and put plus yeah if yes, and no if not. Good. Oh my God, I'm shaking even today. Not sure what's going on. Okay, perfect. So before we start each presentation, obviously we have to start with a risk disclaimer, which I want to pay attention, your attention as well. So this is the risk and compliance disclaimer. So please note that we do not sell any shares or any financial instruments. Also, our company does not have the license to do so. Okay, so we are obviously following all the rules of the countries, and we need to comply with them, with the laws of, you know, each country. What most of the countries does allow is to share or to sell different educational courses without specific license. So that's what we are offering here, okay? So we offer opportunity to participate in wealth building trainings, you know, different courses online and offline, to provide all the people who would love to educate themselves with the fundamental principles on how they can create the wealth, how they can create it and maintain it. So we do not provide the financial or investment consultation. So if there is such a need, then obviously we look for the, you know, the kind of a special organization or accountants or financial advisors who has this license to provide you with such service. Okay, next please. Next slide. Okay, so the program for today is as follows. We're gonna have, well, today we won't, but normally we would have to have two programs per presentation. So let's say on Tuesdays and Thursdays, these are the days when we would run these presentations on a corporate level. So you would have to present the first part, which is the general presentation, where you talk through the investment thinking, you know, touch base in investment thinking, talk about the Academy Private Investor. You will talk about the VIP Club of a private investor. So what are the you know, what are the opportunities, what are the offers if you join this club, and obviously what are the perspectives in the future. Then we touch base the multi-level crowd investing, and so the business system with the company is set today, and the new economic evolution of the world. So what it is that we do and why we do what we do. So what is our global mission, you know, a global, you know, goal that we want to achieve. Once the first part is finished, then we would move to the second part, and depending on the day, either it's Tuesday or Thursday, you would have the training on a basic financial education. So we would talk through the 8 rules of private investor, compounding, capitalization, and what would be the next steps for you, for the person to take. And on if we are running these corporate presentations on the Thursday, then your partners would get the training about the, what are the first steps in the business. So we would talk through the mission for active partners, okay, the MLCI module, so what are the difference between different businesses and our business, career ladder, marketing plan, up to manager's rank, a promotional marketing plan we would explain as well, then obviously how to get and where to get the client customers, how to create a client list, and then how to connect to the business in 90 days or either 3 months, 8 qualities of the leader, and the next steps again the person should take. So this is the program for every Tuesday and Thursday. So we are more than like we should welcome new partners to those specific dates. Okay, the next slide please. So if I were to share my story, guys, because I guess Harry already introduced myself, then I would connect this particular part with my story. So if I go back and try to explain it now, then I would say in following way. So my name is Annette Martinson, and I'm originally from Latvia, so born and raised in small town, coming from the average family and with probably average problems. So I remember myself as when I was a kid, my parents were working day and night, but money, it was never enough money. So there was a money shortage. And there was a time when I was age of 16, I left my parents' home and I moved to Riga to study and to earn some money. And in 2009, I moved to the UK to explore the world, okay? And I did everything to find my place in a big city, in a big town, with no English, with no highest degrees, no big, experiences. But in some way, I had to find a way, to get to get finally to work the dream job and to do the things that I love. And there was, a time in 2013 when I finally got this dream job, which was Monday to Friday, from 9 to 5, the job. I don't know if that was your dream job at some point, it was mine. And I got it. So I worked in a big corporate company as a sales manager with a good salary. I had paid holidays and sick leave. So everything was quite okay, right? You have you get what you wanted. But then there was a day on 1st of August 2016 when my life turned upside down. So that was the day when I got fired. Okay. Today, I can look at this story from 2 sides, good and bad, positive and negative. Okay. If you're looking at the bad side of the story, then what happened to me at that time? Well, I lost my job, right? I lost that one and only income stream, but no one released me to pay my expenses. And at that time, I was actually helping my family as well. So I was left with one credit card, which was not unlimited, and obviously you had to pay it back. So the percentages and commissions were, adding up every month, but no money coming in. Okay, so that was the bad side of my story. The good side is that it was my wake-up call. It was a wake-up call to realize that there are no guarantees in life, and I have to take my life in my own hands, and I have to do something that I haven't never done before. I have to learn new things that I didn't know, because in some way I got in that situation. So something was missing in my life, something that I had to, to find out. But for that, I needed to have right company. I had to find the right people. I had to find, the tools that will help me to get out of that situation, because I realized that suddenly, at that day, I was not feeling secured anymore, and I was not feeling that I can be, confident about my future, that I will be able to live a good life. Okay, so I had to find a solution, and here comes, the Academy Private Investor. So the solution was, the education that I had to learn, and I had to apply in my life, because I realized the financial knowledge was my weakness. Okay, I had to change my thinking. I had to change completely my entire life, how I look at the things. But you know, as we are aware, maybe you agree with me or not, but there are no many, you know, kind of schools or academies in the world, well, at that time at least, that will help people to transform from inside out, not just, you know, finding a company where to earn the money. That was not, you know, my idea. My idea was to understand how I can become, you know, more successful. How can I become a businesswoman? So when I was introduced to this academy back in 2016, I realized that this could be my way to success. And that's the reason why I would like to share with you today, guys, what is the academy and what it offers. So let me briefly go through. So the academy was created in 2011. So we are already 9 years in the market. We have more than 1.3 million registered users. You know, some time ago, it was only 100,000. And from only a few countries, we are in more than 176 countries right now, and we are growing week by week and day by day. Okay, the academy do offer unique knowledge in finance and personal growth, which I will explain you in more details. And what's the most important is that we are not giving just a theory. We do have coaching and mentoring from the industry leaders that has already experience in the market for up to 23 years. So we do offer like online practical experience, group lessons, and individual coachings and mentorings. That sounds good for me, you know, because that was what I was looking for. So, you know, that's the reason why I decided to be part of this academy and start educating myself via them. Next slide, please. So now let's talk about the purpose of the academy and the importance of it. I hope you have a paper and pen ready, because, you know, you will have to write down a lot of information. Next slide, please. Okay, so my first question to you guys is, have you ever heard about Robert Kiyosaki? Put plus if yes and minus if not. For those who have not, because I have realized that a lot of people have not heard about Robert Kiyosaki, I do recommend to look him up. He's one of those first entrepreneurs who began, let's say, talking about the broken school and a financial system, which in results puts people into financial trap for almost their entire life. Today, I briefly wanted to mention about the Cashflow Quadrant, which is one of the chapters in his books that he wrote. Okay, but I do recommend to do extra reading to understand, you know, in details all the plus minuses about these categories, because before I was reading this, before I read the book, I could not imagine that you know, there is such a situation in the world, and you will find a really good information. So, and you could obviously kind of recognize yourself in which quadrant you are maybe today and where you would love to be. Okay, so let me quickly go through each of the quadrant, and I will share with you some pluses and minuses that I have kind of I have put on a kind of in my mind, you know, what pluses are, you know, what pluses we should occur more from each of the quadrant. Okay, so let's go to the first quadrant, which is employees. So people who are working and they have jobs. So the pluses is that they have the job, so they're earning a salary and they have paid holiday and sick leaves. That's what I realized are the plus sides of having a job. Okay, being an employee. The minuses is that there are no guarantees. So in most cases, people have fixed salaries, unless, you know, you have fixed and commission-based salary like I did. Then people have only 20 days of holiday and you can get fired. Okay, there are no guarantees that you will have the job tomorrow. That happened to me, and this happens in today's world today. A lot of people are losing the jobs. Okay, let's go to the next one. Second quadrant is the self-employed people or entrepreneurs. So those are the people who work for themselves. And the plus side of it is that they have their own system, how they're going to work. You know, they're going to work some specific hours. So they are their own boss. They don't have fixed salary. So the more they work, the more they're going to earn. And guess what? No one can fire you. Okay, so these are the plus sides. The minus side or the negative side of it is that you have your own, you are on your own. So you have to find your own clients. You have no paid holidays or sick leaves, and you have to work to earn. If you don't work, or you are not able to work for some reason, then you wouldn't be earning the money. Okay, so these are the plus and minus for self-employed person. To the next one is the business owners or business people, right? So a lot of people want to become businessmen, right? So what are the plus sides of it? They are the ones who own the system because the people work for them. Okay, and the bigger business, the more you're going to earn. And I've heard before that someone said to me that business counts, how to say, the business is successful when you as the owner, when you as the owner are not in a business, but the business works better with you rather than without you. Okay, no, sorry, I got confused. So the business is successful when you are absent. Then you can move to another business. So it means that you have created a great system, okay? And when that happens, you can have loads of free time and you can enjoy the life, or you can build other businesses. The minus side or the negative side is that you are responsible for the entire company and people, right? So your business it's a big task, right? So you have to be on top of the game all the time. And maybe you would have to work hard for first 5 years, maybe 10 years, depending on the industry. And you know, who knows, maybe your business won't be successful and there could be a situation that you can get bankrupt. And this is also what happens in today's world. Small businesses, startups, and family businesses are at a very big risk of losing everything. But then it means you're losing not just your business, but you know, a lot of people lose the jobs. And then the fourth one is the investors. Plus side is that money works for them, so they understand how you know, the entire money game. They have multiple income streams, so they know how to create multiple source of income, and they might own a business or the businesses. What are the negative side of it? Well, they can make mistakes. They're also humans, right? And if they make mistakes, what can happen? They can lose, you know, their capital. They can lose potentially everything they have. But I guess if they have the knowledge how the money can work for them, they can get it back. So what I wanted to show you guys, that doesn't matter in which quadrant you are right now, there are also plus and you know, like kind of positive and negative side. Okay, we just have to find out how we can accrue more those positives, positive sides from each of the quadrants. And there is one more thing that I want to mention. There is a situation in the world right now that, you know, a lot of people with high degrees, with, you know, multiple diplomas in university, from the universities. Some people, they had great jobs and titles, right? But all of them, most of them, are on the left-hand side of the quadrant, which contains 90% of the world's population. And these people with great experiences, with great, you know, professions, are dividing, or let's say fighting for 10% of world's wealth. However, at the same time, people who are on the right-hand side of the quadrant, you know, sometimes they are not even with high degrees. Some people might be kicked out from the school. Some people might never finish the school, right? And on this side of the quadrant, there are 10% of world's population, but they are sharing, they're not even fighting, they're sharing 90% of the world's wealth. So my question to you today, guys, is like, how come, you know, that there is such an unequal money distribution? And sometimes, you know, people without those highest degrees and diplomas and you know, prestige job positions are more wealthier than those who have all of that. You know, have you ever asked yourself this question? What stops you from being between those 10% to divide those 90% of world's wealth? When I realized that, when I read the book and I realized that there is such a situation in the world, I start asking the right questions. I start questioning, you know, why this is happening in the world. And the next slide will show you guys a little insight, which I recommend for you to read up and to find this survey, which I came across on, or I came across recently. Next slide, please, in all chats. And this survey kind of proved many facts that a lot of people are talking about, including Robert Kiyosaki, or what we are trying to, to achieve in academy. On front of you is little insight of the research which was done back in 2018 by S&P. They have, the global financial literacy survey, which is the world's largest and most comprehensive global measurement of the financial literacy. It did test or probed, let's say, 4 basic financial concepts about inflation, about numeracy, about the risk diversification and interest compounding. And this survey was based on interviews with more than 150 plus thousand adults in more than 140 countries. And as I said, this survey is available in the internet, and I do recommend for you to read about it in more details to understand, what else the survey provided. But the highlights was as follows. So there is a very, very low level of financial literacy around the world, and people have very small understanding about risk diversification, about numeracy and inflation. Okay, so the goal was to show that there is a necessary how to say how to put it. People have to put together like a kind of a programs how to provide people with the necessary information. I'm sorry, a little bit. I guess I'm too nervous. I feel dizzy. My heart is beating. Okay, I don't know. I guess the pulse is actually going a bit high. I'm sorry. Okay, I need to calm down. Okay, so getting back, so I have realized that the question we need to ask ourselves is not how much money we are earning today and what positions we have and what diplomas we have. We need to ask another important question. Do we have sufficient knowledge, financial knowledge, to keep the money, to protect and multiply it? That's the question we need to ask ourselves and to our loved people, okay? The next slide, please. Thank you guys for your love. So here's the thing, Academy of Private Investor is needed worldwide, okay? Because our purpose in Academy is to provide the necessary information and knowledge about the financial world. But what we have realized is that it's not enough with having the financial knowledge. We believe that people who would love to improve their current situation, those people who would love to become more successful or more wealthier, they also have to work on their mindset. They have to work on their thinking. And what I have realized is that we have to transform ourselves, okay? And to do that, it's not going to happen, the transformation is not going to happen in a daytime or a week or the months. You have to continuously work on yourself and to become the person that you want to become. And we have the solution for that. We have the different online and offline courses and trainings available to our students, okay? So these trainings are aimed at a personal growth or, improving financial literacy, the transformation of investment thinking, investment training. And obviously we do provide different reliable, we provide information how people can select the reliable and profitable tools for their personal portfolio. The next slide, please. And here you go, guys. Why and how I can be assured or confident that what we are doing is the right we are on the right track, because on front of you right now, you see some of our students, some of our top leaders that have completed already, the academy trainings. And we have changed thousands of lives during the I would say since 2011, okay? So thousands of lives have been transformed. And today, many of them are already very, very successful entrepreneurs. And all it took You know, all it took was to accept that they might not have enough knowledge, maybe they don't have enough information, so they have to be learning and relearning new things. They have to become coachable, and they have to put the knowledge into the practice. So let me share with you, you know, some of the one of the stories today. Let me pick, let's say, Sam Matthew. Okay, he is originally from India, living in Muscat, Oman, and he has a civil engineering graduate and postgraduate in MBA, specializing in human resource projects. And he used to work in many countries in different positions. Now he's working in Oman in the Ministry of Defense. To build the business was his dream. He has invested in many businesses, but could not, you know, succeed. He lost a lot of money. And in October 2017, when he came across this academy, he realized that the opportunity to educate yourself about the financial literacy and the opportunity to grow by educating others is the way to real success. So this opportunity has helped him to become the entrepreneur, the private investor, coach, and speaker in just 30 months of time. Okay, so this is just one story, guys. I do recommend to listen to many stories. Obviously not today, because we would have to stay here for a few more hours. But if you come back to these presentations, you will hear more and more success stories. Next slide, please. Okay, guys, so now it's getting even better. Okay. Let me ask you, have you ever wished to become a member of some VIP or elite club? Okay, it could be some maybe hotel chain membership, restaurant, spa, airlines. Because whenever you become the member of these kind of organizations, you can become VIP client, you do receive the best of everything they have. You know, the best service, the best hotel rooms, on the top floor, the best restaurants, I don't know, you know, the table in a restaurant with a beautiful view, and some great deals and discounts. I have been looking around and wanting to be in London, especially to, you know, to be the member of kind of membership clubs. But what I have realized is that most of them has very high fees. I mean, really high. So it means that those memberships are not designed for everyone, correct? And recently I actually came across another opportunity to become the member of a very prestigious person's organization, or the VIP club, was Warren Buffett. Okay, so Warren Buffett has investors club. You know what is the fee to get in this investors club? The fee is or the terms and conditions is that you have to have or buy A-class shares, which cost $220,000. $220,000 to buy one share, and this share allows you, you know, to get into the yearly investors club meeting. And the purpose, I guess, of these meetings for many of people, because they have this one share, is not to get the profit, is to have the connections, is to be you know, able to surround themselves between those successful people, between those like-minded people, because connections, you know, will lead you, most likely will lead to you to success. And by surrounding yourself with these like-minded people, you will become one. Okay. Of course, $220,000 is quite a high fee. In our case, we are changing the game. We have created something that is affordable for everyone. The next slide, please. In May 4, 2020, in the Academy of Private Investor, we have launched an amazing project. It's a new project called VIP Club, which means it's the elite club of committed partners. So this VIP Club gets an opportunity not only to become a member of a progressive community, but also to receive additional and exclusive offers from the company. You know, such as to get a discount of educational product up to 75%, different exclusive offers that we have today, and we will continuously be adding, you know, more and more as we go, because we are just, you know, opened to have an access to the crypto unit program, which will provide a great, which will give you the great bonuses and passive income as well, and the opportunity to participate in closed meetings where we are sharing sharing the, more insights and the detailed information about the crypto unit program. And for those who want to become more successful and more educated about the financial world, these kind of closed meetings is a practical training in some way as well, because you can understand how the information that the theory that we are sharing in the academy can be applied in real life. Okay, so it was an exciting times for us. So let's now look closer at some of those exclusive offers that we have right now. The next slide, please. Okay, so the first I want to touch base is the EIP. EIP stands for the Education Information Products. And of course, the Academy needs to have some, materials, some content, some courses via which people can educate themselves. So as I already mentioned at the beginning, we do have different topics on different areas, so just to recall again, we have topics on self-development, on financial literacy, and the business information courses. These courses have been packed in 5 standard EIPs or 5 standard packages. And we have obviously the smaller and bigger packages available for you. You just have to decide what amount of information you want to receive. Obviously, the smaller package will include less information. The bigger package includes more information. And I remember myself when I bought the first ever package or the course in this academy, when I finished this smaller package and all the information was read, I wanted to learn more and more, right? I wanted to have more information. It was like a given food to a hungry person. So I guess you got to be hungry for this knowledge, because if you do want to transform your life, then you will have to learn new things. You will have to learn and apply rules of successful people. You will have to create new habits, okay? Because in academy, we do have coaches, we do have mentors who will help you to dream again, or to dream for the first time. We will teach you how to set your goals, how to create a plan, how to execute your plan by applying different methods and systems, like from the financial world. The first ever thing that I was learning was 8 rules of private investor, or I call them golden rules. We were learning about the money, how the money can work for you while you sleep. And this is not a myth, guys. Money can actually work while you sleep, by the way. To learn how to create a passive income and create multiple income streams, how to build a global business, and so much more, okay? So this is all available in our academy. So if you are ready, to transform your life, guys, then put plus, I hope it's going to be just plus. If not, then minus. Because I want to ask you a question, guys. Based on the information that you are you have right now, or about the university fees, and in universities, globally, locally, or globally, how do you think, how much money, or what would be the fee in the normal university that you would have to pay to learn all this information, for you to actually become the profession, for you to become, the master of your life? Is there any academy out there right now? Okay, so what would be the fee? Because when I was studying in university and studying less exciting information, I had to pay like 5,000 euros per quarter. So it costs a lot of money, right, to learn information, become professionals these days. But we are again changing the whole system. The next slide, please. In our academy, you don't have to pay, ridiculous amount of money to become successful. Next slide, please. In our academy, we do provide affordable courses for everyone, okay? Because we understand that today it's better the more we give, obviously the more we receive, and we would be able to accomplish a bigger goals. So these are our offers, okay? So we have 5 standard packages. And we have anything from $50 or 50 units, this is our internal money, up to 10,000, okay? So these are the special prices to our partners who become this, the students of this financial program. And another important thing I want to say to you guys, you can pay in one go, or you can pay in installments. I think this is an amazing option for those that for example, don't have the necessary funds available right now, or for those who would love to go for bigger package or for, for bigger information, for information course, but, you don't have these funds available today. So you will be able to pay out, a smaller package in 5 months and a bigger package in 10 months time. Okay, so this is, I guess, an amazing opportunity for those that, wish to get everything in one go. Then go for it, and you will be able to pay it in 10 months. And here it goes, guys. It gets even better and better. I think I'm saying this for the 3rd time. But let me ask you another question, especially those that have been studying in university. When you paid your fee and when you studied in, in university, did you get any bonuses? Did you get any passive income given by the university? Did you manage to get maybe some, did they offer you to become a co-owner of the university and maybe share the whole profit of the university? No. Well, I'm happy to see that. Well, not happy, but I thought so, right? Because me neither. When I was studying university for 1 year, they didn't give me any bonuses. Well, we are again different, guys, because with every purchase we make in the academy, we do receive bonuses. We do receive passive income. We do become a co-owner of the project which has been implemented in our academy. And this bonus is the CRU points. Okay, so let's now find out more about the CRU project, what it is and how it has been set. The next slide, please. Okay, so the Crypto Unit project. This is the training, innovative training program that opens up the possibility for every single person on this planet to learn and become the co-owner of the global CRU portfolio. Okay, here you can see the progress of the program in the 1st year, because we are just, we launched it in the 30th of March 2019. So it's almost a little bit more than 1 year. We have 3 phases. So the first phase consisted with 8 development stages, which finished on 8th of January 2020. At the same time, the program entered the 2nd phase. What I also want to point out here is the first loyalty bonuses, which were paid out on 8th of May 2019, and the first profit bonuses, which were paid out in 13th of November 2019. Okay, what was one of the most, the recent most exciting moments was that on 9th of March, we did open the internal exchange of CRU points, and so the people were able to start using these points that occurred as the bonuses. So currently we are in the phase 2 and 2nd stage. Okay, so every person who purchased the education information product receive a little or more point from this portfolio. Obviously, the more points you get, the more loyalty bonuses and profit bonuses we potentially can earn. Okay, the next slide, please. So the global CRU program has been created based on the multiple investment market segments which are on the front of you. Okay, so these are the sectors of investment market, and it consists with different type of instruments. These instruments are carefully evaluated by our investment department, and if according to the financial plan it is a good instrument and it will add a value to our program, then obviously it is going to be added to the entire CRU program. Okay, and the idea is to cover 20 market segments, and these are the segments which I believe we should be studying at school, but since this information is not shared with us, we have to study them now, guys. And remember, I told you that there is a myth: the money doesn't work for you while you sleep. Well, here's the hint, guys. We need to learn these 20 market segments to understand how the money can work for us while we sleep. Okay. Next slide, please. Now I will share with you a most exciting the projects that we have added to the portfolio right now. Obviously, there are a lot of projects, but we would have to stay for another session to go through all of them. So let me share some of the examples. So we have the Japanese sushi restaurant. I love sushi. Do you love sushi? We have now opened 37 number of restaurants. If maybe already 38 if some of the restaurants, maybe there's another restaurant open today. But basically we have 37 number of restaurants, and then in the next 10 years, we plan to offer open 50,000 restaurants in our chain, okay? 50,000, so maybe in your country as well. And imagine eating the sushi, paying for it, but then at the end of the month, you receive back and even more. Okay, because obviously, since this sushi restaurant is added to the portfolio, we would be sharing a certain percentage among or the profit among all the the program. The members of our program. The second one is the gold mining company, gold mining project. Have you ever wanted to buy a gold, but I mean not the jewelry, but like a piece of gold? It actually costs a lot of money. But if we can, we should look into this investment as well. It is the most precious metals found in the nature, and it is earliest from the currency, and the gold has been one of the stable commodities over the years, so it has a steady growth. And because it sounds a good and a reliable, I guess, investment, it has been added to our CRU project. So we have the gold mining companies with a very high growth potential. And there was a saying that if you do own gold mining company, then you wouldn't have to be worried about getting wealthy, because it will naturally somehow make you a wealthy person or the company. The third one is the movie industry. Now imagine that you go to the cinema, you watch a movie, let's say a Dragon Man, and everyone is enjoying the movie, everyone is happy about it, and everyone is sharing, and inviting kind of other friends and families to go and watch the movie. What is the difference between you and the other watchers or people who are watching the movie is that you might be the only one person who will receive the commissions or the profit from all those shared tickets, okay, globally. And it might sound a bit unbelievable, but believe me, in this world, everything is possible. So here's the fact, guys. We have in our global program this the movie industry, the movie company. So we will be sharing the profit the moment the movie is out in the market in cinemas. Okay, and the last but not least is the basalt innovative technology. So the basalt is a unique material which can be found near volcanoes, and it's a natural, ecological, and much stronger. So it can replace, I guess, all the steels and metal constructions, in the world. So instead of using all the steels, we will be offering this basalt material, because it's actually also much cheaper. So again, this project is included in our CRU program, and once it's ready for sale, we will share the profit. So there are more projects, guys, that I would love to share with you, as I said, but these were the most exciting ones. And if you wish to know more, understand more in details about these companies, understand, how far we are in the development, then you are more than welcome to join the end of the month webinars or closed CRU report meetings once you become the VIP member. The next slide, please. So here it is, what the crypto unit program provides to us. So it's an opportunity for you to become the co-owner of the CRU global portfolio, which I just shared with you briefly. Then, as I mentioned, there are some bonuses, monthly loyalty program bonuses, and opportunity to receive profit bonuses. Then you have regulated and transparent financing opportunity to, once you join the closed meeting. CRU value growth due to increase in assets and possibility of circulation of the CRU in global merchandising. Okay, so these are the things that we are providing within the company. And the next slide will show you how to become, what are the step-by-step guide, how you can get, to participate in this project. So here it is. So you have to make the free registration in our academy. You have to become the member of the VIP club. Then you have to decide, which EIP package you want to go for, and you have to create a plan. Create the 30, 60, 90-day plan. How will you be educating yourself, to start transforming your life? Because actions will speak louder, than your words. So we have to put everything that we learn into the practice, because that's when the power of the education comes in place. Okay. The next slide, please. And the next part will be for those specifically people who would love to earn while they learn. Again, in normal universities, you know, you would have to, I guess, study, then you will have to get experience and try to find a job where you can apply all your knowledge. But in our case, it's different. While you are learning, you are earning either passively or by or via you know, becoming our active partner. Okay, next slide, please. So as any company, there needs to be a system, right? There has to be a module how the companies are set and how they are operating. So our company obviously is not different. We also have a platform called multi-level crowd investing, or in a short version, it would be MLCI, which is a combination of two business elements from MLM and investment business. So let's look at what are the offers in an MLM business or traditional businesses. Okay, so the offer is to have, you know, it offers accessible trainings. Most likely those would be business trainings. It does offer for you to work either from home or any other comfort of your comfort. So it can be by the beach maybe, or somewhere in mountains if there is an internet. You can become your own director and employee at the same time. You can work online or offline, you know, depending on your possibilities. You have unlimited revenue because you can build business locally and globally. So you don't have limits to, you know, how big you can grow your organization. You have an opportunity to create your dreams much faster. So realization of your dreams happens much quicker. Why? Because there is an opportunity for you to earn $1 million in the next, you know, anything from 12 to 20, up to 2, maybe 4 years time. Okay, because you have to be committed to what you are doing and you have to work hard in it, right? The money doesn't work for you there, you have to work for it. And the other side is the investment business. Investment business does offer investment consulting trainings. So it's not just the business trainings, but it's about the finances. And because you're learning about the financial world, you can create, you know, different instruments. You can understand how to become a co-owner of different projects. You can create, you know, and increase your capital much quicker because you know how to apply, you know, the knowledge into the practice. You become skilled asset manager. So you're, you know, in control of your portfolio, and you have the opportunity to create assets of $1 million and more just in 24 to 16 months. And obviously it's a prestige business. And here's the difference. In MLM business, you have to work. In investment business, the money works for you. So both sides sounds good to me. Both platforms are great, right? But imagine now how powerful it would be if we can combine these two businesses and these offers in one platform, in one system. You know, how powerful system it can become. And it is a super platform that we are creating in our company. That's the system that we are working on. Okay, and this is the first ever company which has combined, I guess, these two kind of business systems, and we are implementing this in the entire world. The next slide, please. And since we have created this platform, you know, we have achieved many things. We have great results already, and we are still growing and still, you know, polishing the system. But we have achieved a lot of things, and we have a lot of, you know, opportunities created within the business. So this system is operating since 2014, and we have more than 700 partners worldwide, and they are growing again every day. We have businesses in more than 176 countries. We do have investment and financial training, as I mentioned already in a previous slide. We do have a global business opportunities and the opportunity also to become the co-owner of the investment businesses. So as you can see here, guys, what I just shared with you in the previous slide, in two separate businesses, this is the combination for us, and that's what we're offering today. The next slide, please. And here we go again. You know, how we know that this system is working? Obviously by hearing, you know, people's story, by hearing how people have become more successful, you know, how this business has helped them. And in front of you are more, you know, I don't know how many of them here, but more successful people and entrepreneurs with great stories and amazing achievements up to date. These people were and are still hungry for success. you know, they did whatever they had to do to become who they wanted to become, to live their dream life. Many of them, if not all, are still on their journey, and they are still trying to reach their stars, their new heights, because they all understand that they cannot stop learning, and they cannot stop doing what they have done today, because by continuously, you know, improving themselves, they can help other people. And what unite all of this is the passion. These people is the passion, the hunger for success, and the willingness to work together and make the change in the world. Okay, the next slide, please. Because there are more success stories, guys, and more successful people that we have in our company currently. Okay, and what I have realized that all stories are very, very unique, guys, and I would love to be able to have opportunity to share all of them. But I do recommend to find out about these people, listen to their stories, and you will understand that what I'm going to say right now, it's true, right? With the confidence, I can say that this business is for everyone, no matter where you're coming from, you know, what background you have, what experience you have, what degrees and what what job titles you have had so far, you know, what background you have. It does not really matters. What matters is that, are you ready? And are you ready, you know, to be committed to your goals and dreams? Are you committed to be, you know, successful, to create a new version of yourself? Are you ready to learn and relearn, you know, the things that you know? If you are ready, guys, then this is, you know, the business for you. Okay, so let's now go to the next slide and summarize the advantages of MLCI business. So here we go. You have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to to put accurate knowledge into the practice. Okay, so once you have learned about the financial world, once you have created the business thinking, you have developed your personal, your personality, your personal growth has been growing as well. You have transformed your consciousness, and you have, you know, mastered your inner world. Then you are able to obviously put these things into practice and create, you know, incredible big business without leaving from home, you know, at any convenient time. And these days, a lot of people, we are staying at home because we are not able to go outside, right? So you have the opportunity to create a business from your own home, and you can create numerous of unlimited source of income, because by applying the knowledge, not just in the business, but this knowledge, you can create, you can apply in your personal life outside, you know, this opportunity. Because one person asked me once, well, the information that is shared in a company, can it be applied only, you know, within the company to build a company or to build a business? And I said, no, you can apply this and you should apply this in your personal life to be, you know, to understand how it works. Okay. So you have an opportunity to create a passive income with minimal investment in our case. And the investment here is in your knowledge. Investment here is the information products, which obviously you can start to implement straight away, and to create a financial independent in the near future. And then you have the opportunity to become the member of the leadership or global councils, you know, become the part of the team, become the business coach or the international speaker if you feel that you were born to be on the stage. And you have the opportunity to leave the legacy. Okay, are you leaving the legacy? Are you creating the legacy right now by doing what you do? If not, then this could be your opportunity, guys, to create a legacy for your, you know, for your kids, or for any who you want to leave it. Okay, the next slide, please. We are nearly done. So I hope you have now this burning question, how to become a member, you know, how to be part of the project. What is it that you have to do? It's simple, guys. You have to make the registration. You have to activate your account. You have to participate. So you have to participate in different trainings and educational courses and webinars. And the most important thing is to start implementing. Because by just having the knowledge, it's just the potential of the power. But applied knowledge is the power. So that's what we are always motivating our people, our students to do. Once you learn, don't just put the knowledge into, you know, the shelf. Start implementing straight away, and you will see the difference. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward: registration, activation, participation, and implementation. The next slide, please. It's really getting even better. So what are students getting as the presents? So all our partners or students who participate in our Academy Private Investor, the courses, they do receive support and the gifts from the company. So the moment you make the registration, you receive 50 CRU points after just making registration in the Academy of Private Investor via our back office. And then obviously you need to get the support, right? So what are the next steps? What are the next, what is the next thing you need to learn, or what things you need to do? So if you're joining the Tuesdays trainings, then you would receive the free basic investment and financial training. And if you do want to build a business, then you have to join the Thursday presentation where our company's leaders will share with you the first steps into the business. So what is it that you have to do right now to start building your fortune, to build your business. So this is the training that also kind of give you the first steps, the system, how we are operating and how our leaders are working today. Okay, so the next slide. And why we do what we do, guys. So what is it that we want to, what is our end result, right? I told you at the beginning that I will share with you our mission. So here is the answer, guys. We do it because we have set a big mission, a global mission called New Economic Evolution of the World. It's a global project via which we will be able to achieve many, many, many goals with financially educated and like-minded people. So here we are creating a community, with the people that are, passionate to do something in this world, to make some changes in this world. And our goals are to have more equal global distribution of wealth. We want to increase the security and protection all around the world. Enough of the the negativities, enough of the bad things that's happening in the world. Let's create more prosperity and happiness, not just in our lives but worldwide. And let's help other people. By helping other people, we are doing good things, and obviously the good vibration and energy will come back to us. And what's most important is that we will be able to achieve our dreams. We will be able to dream again and to know that we have whatever it takes, that to achieve our, the desired, our desires, right? To achieve our dream life. And why not? We are born here to enjoy the life, not to survive here. Okay. So the next slide. So in order to accomplish our mission, we need to have, the system. And I just shared with you the 3 pillars on which the new economic evolution is built, and how we can create it globally, how we can accomplish our amazing mission. So we need to focus on financial education. So I think I have stressed it a lot, and particularly the importance of it, and how it had helped me and one of our many other people in the company, because as I said, there are many success stories that you will hear in the future. Then you have the opportunity to become the co-owner of the different projects. As I already explained in the CRU project, CRU project, which is the combination of different businesses, very, big businesses, profitable businesses. And why not, finally, in a first time in the whole history of the world, our average person, like normal people, like all of us, would be able to be part of the, the most profitable businesses in around the world. And the third one is the business opportunities for those who wish to help us to implement this mission globally. So we are looking for partners in mission, as I always say, to accomplish this mission. So I hope, I do hope you now see the uniqueness of this project and the importance of taking decision right now, guys, because we do really, need positive people. We need people who are, hungry for success, for those who wants to become, to achieve their dream lives, for those who are willing to help others. Here in this community, we are growing day by day, week by week, and we won't stop, until the mission is accomplished. The next slide, please. And before we finish, I also want to introduce you to our President Counsel. So these are the people who have reached the top with hard and dedicated work. Currently, there are 10 people together, you know, and we are, as we can see, we are mixture from different countries. So we don't have only one country leaders. We have, you know, Cam from USA, Dr. Lydia and Harvinder Singh from India, Jamilia Juzbekova from Kazakhstan, Armand's Mornings from UAE, Andrew Hawkes from Australia, Dragos Stanchos from Italy, Petro Jalba from Moldova, Mila Sergikova from United Kingdom, and Andrei Havratov, who is our company CEO, from Russia. And again, guys, what stops you from being between those between these you know, people? You know, maybe you are the next one who will be part of this amazing group of people who are making important decisions for the company, but those decisions that obviously will help us to grow bigger and bigger in the future. The next slide, please. So my question to you now, guys, is that, so what it will be? What will be your decision? Will you leave everything as it is and hope for the, I don't know, miracles to happen? Or you're going to wait on other people, you know, to help you to, I don't know, become successful? What is it going to be? Or you are ready now to take the life in your own hands and to figure out what is it that is your weakest points, you know, what are your weaknesses? I realized that my weakness was the financial literacy. I didn't know how the money worked for me. I didn't know how to control my money. I didn't know, you know, how to make my money work for me. The money was controlling me, okay? So I knew that I have to take this decision and learn about the financial investment education. A lot of people, and including myself, you know, I didn't like schools. I didn't like to be a student, but this is a different academy. This is a different, you know, a school, which I do recommend for you to be part of. So will you, you know, learn this education and put it into practice? Then you will be able to create a source of passive income, okay? As I told you guys, knowledge is just a potential of the power, but applied knowledge is the power. And in our academy, the moment we learn, we implement, we learn and implement. And by saying that, guys, I can with the confidence say that I have created a passive income. If I have lost like one income stream back in 2016, then today I'm not afraid of losing anything because I have, you know, created my security. Then you have opportunity to be in the community of like-minded people. Remember, you know, you have to surround yourself with successful people. You have to surround yourself with those people that can push you, those people that can motivate you, those people who will lift you up when you feel down, those people who will be pushing, you know, you to go forward and not to give up in a halfway. So we do have such a like-minded people community. I call it a family. Then you have the ability to create a global business. So if you right now have a job, then don't quit it, but start looking for business opportunities where you can build your fortune, where you can build your legacy, where you can be kind of a leader, you know, where you can be by a business which you can help to other people. So this could be the opportunity for you here, and the opportunity to leave the legacy, as I already mentioned before, and to help as many people as we can living on this planet. Because by creating and helping other people, by helping other people to create a dream life, you know, that's the how to say, the end result we want to achieve. You know, that's what warms your heart when you realize that you have helped someone to transform their life. So the decision is in your hands, guys. You know, decision is in your hands. No one can make decision for you. But remember, actions beats the intention, and the future depends on what you do today. Okay, so therefore think about it and think if there is anything that you can, you know, improve if you're in your life today. And I guess there is one more left slide with one more surprise for you guys. There is going to be a Golden Friday. Hey, we love Fridays, right? So here's one more thing that we are offering to our students and those people who are ready to take decision today. So the Golden Friday is a period of impressive discount. So it's a mega discount, as it says here, and will be a valid starting from 29th of May at 3 p.m. Moscow time, and will end on the 30th of May at 3 p.m. Moscow time. And as you can see here, guys, on top of the all exclusive offers, here's more. So we have this 5 standard package that I mentioned to you at the, during the presentation, if you remember. And I told you, you know, that these are great prices already for the packages, but here it is, guys. You have a now opportunity. Well, on Friday, you will have opportunity to acquire these packages with even bigger discount. So as you can see, there's anything from 20% of the discount up to 35% of the discount for each of the package. So if the package of 50 units, if there is a package of 50 units, now it will cost 40 units, but it will be limited time. Remember, and there's not going to be extension. Okay, so you have to be ready for it. Okay, if there is a package for 250, then on Friday it will be 187.50 units. 1,000 unit package will be 700. 4,000 package unit will be for 2,600 units, and 10,000 unit package will be only for 6,500 units. Do you like the latest news? Put plus if you do, if minus if not. But when I found out about this exclusive offer, I was blown away. I was like, wow, what else can we expect from our company, from our project, from our President Counsel? You know, how much more they will give it to us. So I think it's like a never ending story. There is always something, you know, given to us extra. And therefore I love this company. That's why I love, you know, this opportunity, and I love to be where I am. That's it, guys, from my side. Put down the date, put down the, the alarm in your phone, and make sure you are not missing out on this impressive exclusive offer. And that's it from my side today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, even with a little problem. No, how to say it? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and it would be great to hear from you feedback. You know, how do you like it? You know, do you feel that this is a great presentation? I mean, you know, the content, and do you think you will be able to present it to your partners, and with the excitement you will gonna do it? I can see a lot of comments, guys. I'm really happy to see that, because I was really nervous today, but I think we did great. And I also want to thank Marina Zakharenko for helping, you know, to put together this presentation. And also Eleonora Barakina. They both are amazing girls that I've been working for the last 2 weeks. And you know, with all these changes happening in the presentation almost every day, they were a really big help to me to put not just content together, but to create this design, and you know, to make this presentation as it is today. So thank you to all the other people who've been you know, helping to create this corporate presentation, which we have to now share with the entire world. And yeah, guys, well, I see the comments are great. I see positive words. I'm really happy you are happy. That's it from my side. I think I will give back floor to Harin, so he can continue with the second part of the presentation. Harin, are you here?
Absolutely amazing, Annette Martinson. I am so pleased to see that presentation, just like how our, you know, Terminator, the Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, I am back. And Annette Martinson just came back with a bang. The most awesome presentation I've ever seen in a while. And you know what? If you agree with me, just put you know, just you know, I want you guys to like really appreciate all the work that these 3 wonderful, amazing ladies have put and you know, created something amazing. And this is how I can truly say that we are truly stepping up our game. All right, and it's awesome. All right, it's wonderful. And I can see 887 people in the English room, and also approximately 553 people in the Russian room, and I can't even imagine how many people would be there. I think at the moment it's 9:15 over here in Western Australia, and I think it's around 4 or 5 o'clock in Moscow and Russia, and so on in part of the world, right? And I think I'm happy to say there would be at least 2 to 3,000 people would be across these 14 rooms and watching this. So kudos to everyone who's really made the effort to be here, and I'm really happy, and I'm blown away. If you're blown away just like how I am, go for it. Put it blown away, and I'm absolutely sure that this slide should be made available to all leaders, and it would be available for you guys to start using it straight away. All right, and before we bring in the next lineup of speakers, and trust me, if you think you have seen the most awesome stuff for the day and you just been presented with a brand new presentation, what's coming up next is even going to blow your mind. And how many of you loved that new Golden Friday presentation, that promotion? If you think Golden Friday was amazing, just put pluses or just type in golden over there, and so we know that you are excited. I think this will be available from next week, and Golden Friday is just gonna be golden. All right. So with that, I want you guys to quickly run to the bathroom if you need to, or go get a cup of water, or just stand up and do some stretches right now, because the next line of speakers is going to be amazing. If I can have the next slide in every single chat and every single room, that would be amazing. Now, without further ado, all right, let's give some time for everyone to go get the water, and just relax for a bit. If you're with your family right now, just get your kids or your wife to come and give you a small massage in your back or something, or give them back one of the massages, the most awesome massage you can give. um that's amazing. Go get your water, and I'll see you guys back here. But now it's an absolute pleasure to introduce these two wonderful men. This two men's absolutely been um, somehow influenced my life in different ways. Andre Horato himself and Armand Muniac. I just want to say about Armand, is more than a friend. It's more like a brother to me. And we met in Malaysia many times with my father, and a couple of master profits we did there. And he really put things in perspective to me. He said, if you're not showing this opportunity to your friends, because I was one of the person that, really didn't know, how I'm going to talk to my friends, because I thought they're going to judge me. If you think you're going to be, you're one of those people that think that family members and your friends are your biggest critics, then put one on the chat. But he's the one who said, if you have an awesome opportunity in your hand, and if you truly want to change your friends and your family's life, then who are you to deny this wonderful thing from them? And that is when the things change for me. That was done by Armand Muniac himself, and always trying to see our CEO, Andre Horato. It was awesome. All right. And it was a fanboy moment for me, because I've always only heard stories and I've seen him in presentations. The first time I met him was with my father in 2018, 18, EcoFest. And we queue up and went on the stage with him and give a speech, and Andre was very welcoming us and brought us into this wonderful family. If we can have the next slide, that would be amazing. I have the most wonderful pleasure right now to introduce the man of the hour, along with the wonderful man of our company, the CEO, the awesomest person I know, CEO of the New Groups of Company. He is the creator and founder of Academy of Private Investor, and etc., etc., etc. But Andre, I leave it to you, sir. We all owe it to you, and you're truly amazing on giving us the best you can. So thank you so much. It's my personal thank you to you. The floor is yours, Andre. Let's learn. I'm glad.
Hello, dear friends. Harin, thank you very much for such kind words. I would like to first try and set up the camera here. So just bear with me, some technicalities. Okay, we're ready to go. So I would like to greet you all. This is almost the end of May. Well, almost at the end of May. It's the 23rd of May. And yesterday we had an event, not very pleasant though. One of the presidents, and I would like to, express the condolences to the family and the friends of that person. That lady was a president, and she passed away due to health issues. And it is with great grief we have lost. Well, we have parted ways with that girl. But in my worldview, she just moved on to the next dimension, or changed her state. And of course, it is always with big pain and grief when a young person passes away due to health issues. I remember when I first started taking care of my health, I heard a person say that one person saw what was written on the tombstone when that person was walking in the cemetery, and it was written there, I would walk barefoot on the earth just to stay alive. And yes, that was a tomb of a young person as well who passed away at a young age. And remember, my metaphor of the 5 fingers on your hand is like the harmonic model of development, and the small finger represents our health. We need to remember that health is of utmost importance for all of us. And I knew people in my life who were, after when still we had the Soviet Union, when I started doing business, and that person was a very rich person. He was a billionaire, and he died from cancer. And that's when I started thinking about health. And I thought, no matter how much money you have, there are some diseases that cannot protect you, that money cannot protect you from or against. And that's why no matter whether you're rich or poor, you need to take care of your health. Business is business, money is money, but our health is our body, is of utmost importance. When I used to sell health products, and I always said that our body is the house for our soul, and you need always to tidy that house and keep it in order. Therefore, I would like to express my condolences to the friends and family members of our friend, our comrade. And I remember there is a parable, a story about a cripple, a comrade, a person I knew, but I will most probably tell you this story closer to the end. And that person had a business of his own. He had some assets that he could pass on as inheritance to his relatives, and then for those kids to make use of that inheritance. That's what we need to do, is to leave legacy. And let's start our session. And this is a topic I promised you, I think 5 months ago. It was the system for meeting people. And we will teach you the instrument that we would like to introduce. So what is a system for meeting people? I would split the system into 4, let's say, stages or steps. Like the first meeting, then increased level of connection, which is a higher step, then even a higher step is identification of interests. And the fourth step, which is when we identify a person as an X, then person X wants to be around you, not just become your friend, partner, or comrade. That person wants to be close to you, around you. And I will give you a real life example, and Armand will teach you the working technique for meeting people and making friends. But first of all, I would like to show you. So let me go to the right slide. Okay, so the first step is the first meeting. Very important step. Remember when we were children, maybe some of us went to a nursery school, or maybe you made friends or met people in your yard. You know, the first thing that you would say, you say, "Hi, my name is Andre," or "My name is Sasha. What's your name?" Well, I have a 5-year-old son. I taught him to say, when someone asks him, "Hi, what's your name?" you should also introduce yourself, like, "And my name is Nikita." So this is the first step, like saying, "Hello, how are you?" Whether you're selling something or a person who is trying to sell you something, maybe it's a person staying in the same line at the food store, you can say, "Hello, my name is," and then "What's your name?" Or you could remember when a situation when a boy meets a girl, like you say, "Hello, let's get to know each other. I'm Sasha, how are you?" Or at a workplace, for example, you can say the same thing. "Hi, I'm Sasha, let's get to know each other. How are you? How long have you been in this business?" And so on. So this is the first step that everyone needs to go through. So if you go back and remember when you met someone for the first time, that's what you did. And the second step, it's a more increased level of connection. When we, in the case of a child, could you please switch on to the next slide, guys? In the English room, next slide, please. When children meet each other, they say, "Hi, oh, you have such nice toys. Can I play with your toys?" And they say, "Yes, you can. Can I borrow your toys?" etc. When a girl and a boy meet each other, a boy can invite a girl to have a cup of coffee or go to the movies, and they start, getting to know each other, like asking about their hobbies. Or at a workplace, when we talk to our workmates or we try to recruit someone, we say, "Hello, tell me about your life. What you're doing, what do you do in life?" So we're trying to increase the level of connection. And this increased level of connection leads us to the decision whether we will talk with those people or not, whether they suit our needs, purposes or not. Because when we identify the needs or interests, for example, my son enjoys playing with my granddaughter, basically his nephew, which is 6-year-old, doesn't enjoy because she wants to play with dolls and he wants to play with I don't know, toy tanks and stuff, And when our relatives come over, they have to play together. But if it were up to him only, I don't think they would play together. And similarly in business or in the relationship, if the interests are not the same, if the girl tries to put you down right away, and or you're trying to to command her, to order her around, telling her what kind of dress she needs to wear, what kind of friends she needs to see or not. So this relation will never be built. In business, it's the same. When a person says, "I'm not interested in this, I'm not interested in that," then you say, "Thank you very much." We never move on to the third step. And that's where we're trying to find some contact points. We're trying to identify common interests. And if we do, we move on to the third stage, which is identification of interest. Next slide, please, in English. For example, when a person opened their heart to you, when they shared their dreams with you. It's not like the first rendezvous. We're talking about meeting, because it's even before you have your first rendezvous. And when a person already shared their dreams with you, then that's when you already touched upon some common grounds, some common topics. You shared your dreams, they shared their dreams, and you have already premise for further getting to know each other. For example, at a nursery school, children start playing with their toys, everything is fine, they like each other. They become, their relations become warmer. And it's the same thing with the, between a boy and a girl, like they say, let's take a walk and get to know each other. So there is a movie called Matchmaker. I think it was called, it's called Dr. Matchmaker. And he was helping people find each other, and then ultimately fell in love himself. So there was this girl that he wanted to, he helped young boys, you know, win their ladies' hearts. I think it was kind of an old movie. Back, I had my school of for teaching people how to meet people, and I realized when I was watching this movie that that's what really happens, and that's how meeting techniques are put into practice. So basically, what you're saying, you're trying to learn about the other person, trying to know more, and then the person open themselves, you know, and you become friends. And even for example, let me give you a real life example. I remember meeting a person and we started playing tennis together, and then he recommended me a coach, a more advanced coach, and I trained with that coach. I liked him quite a lot, and he had the same coach, and we met randomly by chance. But you know, they say that if people are already a meter close to you, then this is no coincidence. You were destined to meet that person. And then the next step would be when the person wants to be around you. You might have noticed it in school, your BFFs, best friends forever, you know, if we're talking about a girl and a boy, that young man or young woman, they want to build relations together. If we're talking about two adult males, they go fishing together, they go to sauna, like in people in Russia and Belarus and Ukraine do. You know, there's this tradition, people used to go every Friday. There is a Soviet movie about a group of friends who used to go every Friday before the New Year's Eve to sauna. And then, you know, people who want, if you want to be around someone and those people don't, then they will try to avoid you. But if you create an aura around yourself and you show that person that you can bring value to that person, they will want to be around you. Or if you gave them a valuable advice. I remember when I was selling health products, I was advising people on how to improve their lifestyle, to improve their health. If it was about beauty, you know, I gave them some beauty advice. I gave a simple recommendation. My grandmother always used to say, like, grandson, always wash your face with cold water, like freezing cold water, and you will always have nice skin. And that's what I advised other people to do, to wash their face in the morning with cold water. And they always thank me later saying, you know, I feel great. That's what they say. I mean, I feel rejuvenated. In business, I gave lots of advice. You know, I gave recommendations to my friends, to the acquaintances of my friends. I gave them business techniques, business advice. I brought value to their lives. I remember when I met people in the market, you know, you go into the market and you buy stuff and the person is selling something, and you're approaching saying, how are you, what's up? And then I gave that person a couple of advice, and I came in 1 month later and he said, thank you very much, I used your advice and now my sales are way better. So you see, I created more reliable, trusty relations, and that person has already included in your hot, not even warm list, and you can recruit that person to new business very easily. So those are the 4 steps that I wanted to show you.
And why we need to do this and where it brings us. There is such a notion, and when we started our business, Armand actually asked me, when he joined this business, he asked me this question, Andrei, and what is the key to success? My answer, 5 rendezvous a day. But to have 5 rendezvous a day, you need to meet at least 5 persons a day. And in case you give and committed to meet 5 persons a day, then you will be a successful person. Why? I will explain. 5 newly met people a day. I don't know why I don't see this slide. Quite probably we've actually passed it, but you can write it down. 5 meetings a day multiplied by 30, you get 150 newly met people multiplied by 12 months. It's 1,800 newly met people a year. And in case the second year is the same, you get 3,600 newly met people in 2 years. 5 rendezvous a day in the first 3 months, 150 rendezvous a month. In 3 months, you will have 450, and the next 9 months, about 100 on average. There will be a month with 90 or 100 rendezvous, but when the structure grows up, you will get 50 rendezvous, but the plan is to have 1,200, 1,500 in a year, 1,500 rendezvous to be made. I made them in the first year of my work. What does this mean? Look, our business is a business of figures. Out of 100% you talk, 150 in the first month, 20% will say yes, and in the first month they will become your clients and business partners. Another 20% will say no, I'm not interested, or they will postpone your follow-up meeting. And there will be 60% who will say neither no nor yes. They will say, I don't have time, or I need to explore more about the products, and etc. So, dear friends, in a year, from 12 to 1,500 meetings you are going to have in year 1, almost 80% out of those who will say yes, they will become your clients. Out of your contact list, 60% of the people will become your partners if you work appropriately and communicate with them appropriately. In case in 2 years you meet 3,600 people by following this system of 5 newly met people every day and this escalation of letters 1, 2, 3, important thing to note, in a year you can get at least 200 potential clients. And getting 200 potential clients for your business with an average purchase of $1,000, you in the first year can make from $16,000 in the first year of your work for your personal work. And therefore, dear friends, I want to encourage you to apply this system of meeting because of one reason. Now, we are introducing one product called digital doubles, like data mining. Armand will talk on this. These are those products to be introduced in another 1 month and a half. And next Saturday, we are inviting a team of people, a company we invested into, and next Saturday there will be a summary webinar, and you will learn from this team of company all the details of data mining, what we can get, and the capitalization of the company in case this product is introduced. Now, I'd like to pass the floor to Armand Murnieks. I turn off my screen. Please turn on Armand Murnieks' screen. He is a member of the Presidential Council. He is actively developing his structure through the social networks today. Armand, when he asked me this question about the key of success, and I answered, the key of success is 5 meetings a day. And actually there were such cases when you can't find 5 people. So actually he will tell this story that he never go to bed until he meets 5 persons a day. And last year, actually, he was cheered up at the glory hall of the GoPro, who in a month made over 1 million. And he is private investor and a certified master profi coach and member and the best motivational speaker of 2018, according to the Mellon Reach Journal. Armand, I'm passing the floor to you. Hello, guys. Andrei, thank you very much. Yes, indeed. But first of all, let's double check whether you can hear me well using the scale from 1 to 10. Please give us the indication if you can hear us well. Well, indeed, thanks for the feedback. Andrei Havratov said a very important thing about these 5 presentations of 5 rendezvous, because he actually invented this system of 5 rendezvous. And look, at the very beginning, I had presentations of 3 hours each. And when you spend 3 hours with one person, you understand that 15 hours of your day, you can actually meet 5 persons only. And it's clear that 15 hours of presentations is something abnormal, I would say. And then I phoned Andrei and asked him, Andrei, I respect you a lot, but your system of 5 rendezvous doesn't work because it takes me 3 hours to make one presentation. And the people I see today in the Leadership Council, those who started together with me in the UK, London, actually, they will not allow me to cheat that sometimes my presentations lasted 3-4 hours each. And why it happened? Because I didn't have a webinar and I didn't have a person or I didn't have some tools to send some materials to this person for him to study some presentations or some videos or materials, because we had to cover both business, investments, global politics, global financing, and etc. And it took a lot of time in my presentation. Please tell me if you find it difficult to find a person today. No one is willing to listen to you. Do we have such people in the chat? If yes, please indicate yourself somehow. We see some in the Russian room, in the English room. Well, then my part of today's webinar is specifically for you, but let's agree that we won't listen to theory. Over 6 years, we are fed up with the theory. Let's today make the practical exercise. We will pick up our unique devices, no matter which. Agreed? Will you grab your device? Sergey, welcome to my community. I will tell you how to organize your inflow, not to leave anyone behind. Well, I will start from the following. Each of you will go to your social network, no matter which. You may use Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other social network you use. So please go to your social network you choose. And look, there is a very interesting thing. I didn't realize it before, but before I started learning, you all know that you need to save aside, to put aside 10% of all your incomes, which is to be invested into your education and training. Over the last time, as Andrei said, I made quite a good check simply because I invested into myself. I went to GoPro. There I learned some knowledge from practitioners, not theory guys, but practitioners. And I started to realize how I should, what should be done to make sure that this knowledge could be applied for my benefit. And what should I do in practice? Which actions to take, to see, to test these actions and fine tune them. And today I am ready to repeat it with you, but not me, but you will get this result. Do you like this idea? Do you like it or not? So please put a plus in a chat if you managed to enter your social networks. First, there will be some theory. Don't do anything. And if some time is left, Vitaly, there is a person from the Russian-speaking room. Armand invites this guy to tell his story. But now let's study some theory first. I selected the most difficult piece for you. I will stop this slideshow and I will share my Instagram with you. Let's do it this way. I will show you the way I worked. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yes, we can. Then let's start from such a hard guy. Those people you all know, they are already members of the network company and they not particularly like your new proposals or your new projects, products, or opportunities. You will get, I wrote this to a guy. Hello, friend, how are you? I believe you are good despite everything. And it's great that we can talk on the internet. So could you please tell me, so can we meet each other better, or tell me what you are doing? And I get his response. I will show you how it could be done. I receive the answer, hello, in the Ukrainian language. And at that time, I phoned Andrei and asked him, Andrei, don't you want a new person in your first downline? And his response in the Ukrainian language that he can actually speak Russian. And now I want to bring you through this example for you to see some things showing that whenever a person says no to you, it does not mean that he doesn't want to be inside your surrounding. It means nothing actually. It means only one thing. It means that you are not sufficiently serious to get to know this new person. And we can start, by the way. I tell him I don't speak Ukrainian. It's not a problem because Russian and Ukrainian are quite simple. So he actually expresses his initiative. And what makes you interested in my profile? It's a must before you talk to someone or send to someone your message, your text, study his profile before. Find a person with the same similar interests. Find a person you will find it interesting, not simply to develop a business, because no one wants to be recruited, but we all want to share our interests, our commonalities, and get some benefits from this communication. Everyone in the social network would like to benefit from each other. And then I use the pictures. I study his pictures, and as far as I understand, we are doing almost the same thing because he is in the network business. Yes, he actually confirms that he is in this business, and I'm saying him that apart from this business, I am in investments. I show him that for him, this photography is a hobby, but for me, investments, social networks are my hobby. Originally, I am from Riga, Latvia. I have some relatives there, and then it is clear that we are closer. We have a new movement. We combine the network and all the bonuses with the crowd investing. This is my text. And then you need to explain to him or her what crowd investing is. And I'm answering his question where I live. He says that Moscow is a city of good opportunities. And he's asking, are you working in MLM? I answer, this is MLCI, this is a new form of MLM, and stress it. And actually it is, because many people don't understand what MLCI is. MLM business sells a product, but partners will never be co-owners, whereas in our business, all the people are co-owners. His next question, and what do you get out of this? And I explain. For you, it's not a secret that any MLM company, 94% of people are those people who don't even make $100 US. They continuously invest this money to be in this wave, but eventually it gets out that people want to be in this crowd of MLM company. They like being inside this community. They're even ready to pay for this. And this makes up 95% of all networkers, with 5% of people are those making from 10,000 to 100,000, and only 1% makes over 1 million. This is the approved statistics, the validated statistics. And he says that it depends on the system of the company, and I can earn appropriate earning. It's clear that you can, but in any MLM company, the statistics, unfortunately, is such. And we are moving on. 90% of MLM companies don't have it. So he is telling me about some decent earnings effect, and therefore MLCI is a new wave of the well-known MLM business. This is simply for your information. Look, throughout my communication, I didn't intend to register, to sign him up, to recruit him to our business. I simply had a talk Andrei Havratov told you about at the beginning. The first thing is to meet, to get a person better, to get to know him better. And actually, by the way, please write this down, that this is the first meeting. And then we are moving on. And I'm asking, how long have you been in MLM? As a client, 1.5 years, and as a networker, as a builder of the network, starting from New Year. So great. And here I understand that he actually realized how good the product is, and he tested all the beauties of the product. I complimented him, and this is the Forever Living Products, the monopolistic company. And me personally, I do not know a lot about this company. I heard about this, and he's asking, what did you hear? A good product, those who actually use it, they like it, and it's true. And I use different products from different network companies, and that's true. I use different products, biological additives, because I believe we need to consume it. Great. I recommend you to try our product. Look what happens. He tries to sell his company, his product to me. My response, first of all, I need to understand what I will get in addition to what I don't have. So now at this point, you are to ask him to sell his product. And look what 90% of our leaders do. Look at this point. And I'm asking, do you make a lot of earning there? So I am showing if the product is good, I'm ready to buy it, and whether he makes a lot of money. And he responds, I believe you know the aloe vera properties and how healing they are for the body of the person. And now I make a few thousands of US dollars. And what is my next step? I continue to tell them that I need to understand the beauty of his product, whether I need it. So I am asking him to make a presentation about his product. And actually, I'm waiting for him that he will send me a link to Zoom session and we will discuss it. I know nothing about the properties of aloe. And he says, I can share a link to the video where one doctor actually explains the properties of aloe vera. Do you notice that we are doing the same thing? Most of our leaders are doing. I will send you a link, you will watch it, then I will send you another link, you will sign up, and after that, we will find a way how you make a purchase. No, it doesn't work this way, guys. He didn't catch me. And my response to him, I think we can do it live. We can discuss it live. Once again, I give him a hint to have a video communication.
Because you cannot answer a question using a video, but it is always useful to learn about the properties of aloe from an expert. It's like saying, look and watch the video made by Andrei Havratov, where he talks about the new economic evolution of the world. And I don't want to do it. I want to hear it from a person I'm talking to right now. So what company produces your biological additives? I say this and that. He said, biological additives forever has big dosages than Amway. So what is doing? He's diminishing the competitor and elevating his own company. That's what we're doing. You were saying, yes, MLM is great, but we have a marketing plan, we have this, we have that. So let's move on. He says, but I have biological additives I use, and I see no shortcomings. The dosage is not an argument. Let's move on. He says, I can give you access to the internet store with a 15% discount in Moscow. We have an office, and they will deliver it to you. I do not give any arguments here. I'm saying how it is. I have a family member who has been 10 years in Amway. What he is doing, he says that I'm not using the algorithm. He says that you can get the discount. That's it. So let's now apply it to our leaders. Well, not the leaders in the leadership council. I mean, the starting leaders or the newcomers. They're doing the same exact thing. They're saying immediately about the discounts the company has. Like, you join, you'll get the bonus, and it doesn't really hook me on. And we move on. I'm glad. I'm saying, I don't understand why would I need forever products. He said, I'm not forcing you to, I'm just recommending. And I said, okay. I'm saying, I asked you to show me the benefit. But I say, okay, let's move on. Do you take the pictures yourselves or someone takes pictures of you? You see what I'm doing here? We are at an impasse. We are at a standstill. So it's like a cul-de-sac. So what I'm doing here is I'm shifting the focus. I need to continue the conversation because the business talk is at a standstill, is at a dead end. So let me take a look at our chat because I have lots of feedback over here. People say, yes, we see. So let me just read everything that you guys wrote over here. It's very difficult to work there, someone says. Someone says, at first you need to identify the need. Okay, let's move on. I don't see any questions as yet. So what we do is we shift the focus and we go back to a normal conversation because you're not trying to sell your friends something all the time. You're talking about hobbies, about business, about, you know, interest, etc. That's what we are doing. And they say, why? Do you need a photographer? And I said, well, because I'm glad you have a hobby. I found my hobby too. And you see what I did here? I used his hobby to talk about my hobby. And I again went back to investing. I said, I'm an investor. I'm not like a Warren Buffett, but in 4 years, I created a $1 million portfolio. He says, wow, how much money did you start with? So I did not answer his question. I said, but that's something that any network marketer can get to. He says, if works. And I said, you know, like when I was in the Hall of Fame at GoPro, there were lots of people who earned $1 million in 1 year. I think there were at least 30 people who earned $1 million in 1 year. And when I talked to them, I noticed one thing. They all were looking for something to invest their money in. When you made money, you do not think about how much you earned anymore, what kind of watch or car you're going to buy. You're thinking about where to invest that money in order not to lose it or to preserve what you earned. Therefore, I'm telling you, this is something any network marketer comes to sooner or later. And one of the reasons why we're all here is that Andrei Havratov had the same situation. And he realized that once you earned lots of money, you need to learn how to invest. This is a totally different science. And then we move on. He said that, okay, I understand. I guess you... And then I'm asking him whether he's ready to start doing seriously this business. He says, MLM business. And he says, yes, I'm quite serious because being a photographer does not yield you enough money. So I'm not sure I want to be a photographer at the age of 50. So that's why I need to have a pillow, safety pillow. So you see what that person did? He told me about his needs himself. So I said that I'm going to make a presentation for the English people and I will go back. And then going back to him saying like, how are you today? He said, perfect, good. And I'm asking him, what's your attitude to residual income? So this is the evening. So that was in the evening. I'm asking him, what's your attitude to residual income? He says, our system also allows us to have a residual income. So I ask him, do I understand you correctly that you earn, even if you do not buy, you earn all the same? If you do not buy the products of your company, you earn? He says, in our case, 85% of people across the world make repeated purchases without our interference. Plus, new clients come all the time. We're in such a niche that we'll always have clients. Therefore, we will have residual income, and I don't need to invest money. So you see what I realized here? That network leaders think that the network is the source of residual income. Well, it might be in part, but if you do not buy in the network, if you are not active, you do not make presentations, webinars, etc., it is still some kind of an effort. It requires your resources, time resources, your physical efforts. And I'm saying that, you know, a passive residual income is when you invest money and that in a vehicle, in an investment vehicle, and that vehicle yields you money on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. And he said, and I'm asking you, okay, could you please tell me how much he tells me, how much did you earn? And I say, I earned $30,000 plus and $23,000 in investments. And I didn't say, sorry, I didn't say dollars. I didn't say dollars, I just said thousands, in order to identify which kind of categories the other person is using when he thinks about figures, about money. If he said dollars, like a question mark, then I would realize that he thinks in big categories, big numbers. But if he doesn't believe that I can earn 30,000 plus US dollars, he starts asking, is it rubles? And I said, dollars. And he said, no, it's silly to compare because you're an expert in your niche and I'm just beginning. I'm building my network. Therefore, it's ridiculous to compare. So if you don't have your good results right now, you don't need to say that you earned a certain amount of money in the network. You can say that last month, you created 3 investment tools, instruments in your portfolio. Don't say the figures. Just say that you created 2 or 3 investment vehicles with a certain potential. So tell people what you're really doing. But for that, you need to be doing it. Okay, let's move on. It's almost over. But this is a simple version. There is a more complex version. He says, this is ridiculous to compare. And I told him, network is one thing. I'm not talking about network. I'm talking about investment. Sooner or later, you will come to this. All network marketers come to it. And he said, yes, I will. And I tell him, just keep it in mind. And he said, what kind of investments do you have? Where did you start with? I said, from training. Do you learn from Yanovsky? And I said, no, Yanovsky is our partners. We invest into his business. And he said, yeah, I know Yanovsky. I love his teachings. And I said, he spoke in India. We made a 20,000 people conference there. Check out this video. He said, cool. And then he asked me, for personal development, I would like to know about your project. And I said, no problem. Knowledge about investments goes hand in hand with network marketing. And I'm saying, like, let's take a look at several facts. This is the patent you need to look into. Do it, please. He said, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Good night. And I saying, good night to you too. My daughter is sleeping, blah, blah, blah. And next morning he says, yes, hello. I read about this patent. And I said, how do you like it? He said, is it about chipping? And I said, well, yes. And I said, what is this information is all about? I said, Corona. Corona says it's a cover up. And I said, okay, then go look into the Basel III and so on. Basel IV, and we go back to the patent 2020-06-06-06. And he says, it's a preparation for the end of the world. And I said, the currency was introduced into the market 2019, the cryptocurrency under that patent. He starts mentioning religion, etc. So, and we are wrapping up with his words that he will look into it when he has more time. I give them the link, and then I give him the link to the video. So let's take a look at other people over here. For example, this was in English only. I have a Choco Boy, and instead of the conversation went along the same lines, more or less, but instead of going deeper, I just asked him, what are you doing? What do you do every day? And he said, I'm in search of a job. And I told him, okay, do you want to earn? He says, yes. I said, follow the link, and I made a presentation for him. So guys, let me take a look at the feedback over here. Okay, if you go and Google W2020-06-06-06 patent, you will see what I'm talking about here. So could you go back to that slide? Yes. So let's analyze. Let's break it down. All of you had similar situations, more or less, correct? Give me a plus if you had similar conversation and the minus if you did not. Okay, I can see that we have lots of pluses. Now let's put down several facts with you. Some of the things that you need to memorize and do. First, today online, there are lots of people, and I will show you how to find them. And why did I show you that example? I showed it to you for the simple reason that lots of people here would make lots of mistakes. And the first mistake would be that you would like to close the deal as soon as possible. You would like to give them the referral link as soon as possible. Give me a 1 in the chat if you are impatient and you did it in the past or you're still doing it. Who cannot, if you cannot handle the lead for a week or even more. Yeah, we all had that made that mistakes. Me too. And it comes with experience. So let's put down the following, just literally with your pen or a pencil. Do not hurry with sending the link. Do not hurry to refer a person or tell them, look into this cool presentation Annette did. Look into it, and then let's go back to our conversation. No, that's not what you should do. Sergey said it is very difficult to control lots of people. I mean, to follow or manage lots of people. Yes, Sergey, I agree, but there are certain techniques I will tell you about. Lots of people make a mistake of diminishing other companies. You know, belittling those companies. You just need to be thankful that you are in a square in that quadrant when you do not have to struggle to fight for money anymore. Olga Alexeyeva asked, what if he agreed to a call? If he agreed to a call, would you start selling the product right away? Well, I would listen to him. I would ask my questions. And if, for example, whether he has some added value in the products that he is selling that my products don't have, I would buy. But I would listen to that person first. So we're talking about the second step in meeting people, which is the increased level of connection. You know, making friends, becoming friends. And then when we become friends, I would make him want to be in this environment because we are a community of progressively thinking people. You know, I could give him interesting, curious facts about the global economy, the politics in the area of innovations, cryptocurrencies. I have lots of different topics for discussion. And after that, he would like to become part of my environment, be around me, because I mean there are very few people who wouldn't like to receive free things, bonuses, you know. Let's move on. Another mistake you should never make. You should not ignore and belittle the company that the other person is working in, even if it's a pyramid. Okay? Never belittle other person's company. Third, if a person does not agree with you to contact you right away, cool down, change the topic, and continue talking, continue building relations. If a person is not ready, it doesn't mean they do not need your opportunity. It means they do not trust you. Who are you? You're just someone account because he hasn't seen you in real life. You might be just a bot. writing to him and you're trying to make friends, build relations with that person. He won't trust you right away, of course. So, okay, now let's pick up our smartphones and do the following. Now put on the next slide, please. And guys, in the Russian chat, could you please type this message? Guys, in the English room, you have your own message. So let me go to my Instagram and I'll show you how it works. Guys, by the way, put a plus in the chat if, oh no, scratch that. Give me 1 if you have an Instagram account and 2 if you have a Facebook account. So we have more people in Instagram in the Russian chat at least. Okay, let me show you an example of what we do and how we find people in Facebook. I'm gonna stop the slides. Guys, all of you, please take a screenshot, a picture, print screen, whatever, of the phrase that you have had on your screen. Like, hello friends, I hope you're well despite everything. It's cool that we can talk online. I would like to get to know you better. Please tell me about yourself and what you do online. We could be of use to each other. Okay, we put this down. Now let's move on to the next part. I'm gonna enter my Facebook account and I'm going to show you how you can meet people from dawn till dusk. And then I will show you, Sergey, it's a person from the Russian chat, how to set up work, how to manage lots of leads, lots of prospective clients. Okay, let's go on to Facebook, and we are over here. Now you can all see it. Put me a plus in the chat if you can. 1 plus is enough, guys. Okay, let's not overburden our chat. So that's what we do over here. Give me, please, 2 letters, just 2 letters, random letters in the chat. NM was the first letters. Okay, so I'm going to the Facebook and I see an M. Well, Network Marketing Pro, let's NMA. And let's search. Log. NMA has 451 likes, no music allowed. Next Media Accelerator. Let's go to the Next Media Accelerator. I go over here. This is for those people who say that I don't know, I don't have any people anymore. My list is over. So I go to any post over here. You see, I haven't yet been accepted to the group. I still like over here, put a like. I find Bodo. I don't know why I picked him. And I click message. In the message for Bodo, since he speaks English, I write him the following. So I have it already prepared, this text. Do the same, guys. Just pick someone at random and do the same. Guys, can you see it? Okay. Okay, let me, for example, type it manually because I cannot copy paste it. So what I do is I write to him, hey Bodo, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information. I'm typing it manually, so bear with me. Some information on a game-changing game-changing opportunity that I have. So you can do the same with your accounts. So, hey, Bodo, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing opportunity that I have? No worries. If not, just thought I would ask. So basically, that's the phrase that Fraser Brooks taught us. Remember, those of you who attended that session at the marathon, and I sent it. See, I did it. Can you see that I sent it? Okay, guys. Did you do the same? Guys, put me a 10 in the chat if you did the same, whatever accounts you were using, Instagram or Facebook. Good. Now, do not send more than 15 such messages. At least take an interval of 1 hour. Sergey says, what did you ask him? I said, I asked the same thing, but I translated into English. Okay, so let's move on. So that's, I showed you how I find friends in Facebook. And now let me show you how I find people in Instagram and what kind of reviews, feedback I have. So this is my Instagram account. Good. So I sent the same message over here and I received his reply. So this is the first message, and you can have another message, guys. This is for the Russian audience because you can see the English audience can see that the text here differs a little bit. So let me show you this correspondence, and then that person attended my Zoom conference. I made a presentation, and the person said, yes, great, I now see it. So you see, everything is done in the same way.
There are moments when actually they write to me. Why? Because this is a different topic, content. There are those with no responses. You see them, no responses received yet. And people, some people respond, and there are those who don't. I have some trouble with my internet. Do you see that within a week I sent so many messages? And at the same time, guys, look, I am busy with other stuff as well. Not only meeting you people on social networks. The same message, the response, great to meet you, and etc. Look, everything I showed you above is a way, is a method when you have no content ready. When you have content, people actually come to you on their own. Why? Because they see the value you give. But now, look, there is this important stuff. And why myself and Andrei instructs you about these 5 meetings or rendezvous. Today, all the leaders above you, they have more people than you can imagine. I believe I have 17 people waiting for presentation from me. By the way, there are people out of present here who made presentations for those who signed up to the company through Instagram. Do we have such people? Please put yes or a plus in a chat. There is statistics. Guys, if you are here, can I share it? Look, Valentin Sokolnikov is one of the guys who makes presentations. They come to me, I sell Valentin, and Valentin makes a presentation, and Valentin signs a person up. And there is another, not first downline, but some other downlines. Sergey, this is my answer to you. with a lot of inflow of people, how you can do it? You are to understand that your person, your leader in your structure is experienced and is good at making presentations. And therefore, you are to make at least 5 presentations a day in a month, and then you can make 2, 3, it's not a problem. But you are to make this presentation as it seems learned by heart, and you know all the details. Then I sell a leader. If you are very busy, you sell this leader saying that this is a top leader in our company, he's doing that, and this is the person who can help you to solve your problem. 45 minutes up to 1 hour presentation. Please put aside all your gadgets. You need nothing, only be targeted and focused. And after making this presentation, and if I see that there is no trust in speaker, it happens, then I get engaged and I complete the deal and tell him whether he's ready to work with this person. Yes, I'm ready. And in this way, Sergey, I actually give all this minor stuff, such as registration in the back office, introducing to the back office, introducing to the system of verification. It is postponed. No, actually, it is put onto the shoulders of a different person who will be responsible for this client after my presentation. In this case, I act as a trainer. I don't say that I give this person to you and then you can do whatever you want to him, to this new client. No, I work with him. I am present at the presentation. The first 15 minutes is mine, and then the presentation has the template, the specific form. I don't need to attend the presentation. Sometimes I'm doing something else. This is my answer to those who have a lot of people in their structure. But now let's give me your feedback, please, whether you understand how today you can find people, those people that are searching for some opportunities. Won't we have anymore the situation that I receive an answer that you are short of people? There are no people you can talk to. Great. Let's actually approach our finish line. A good tip from myself, how to find people. Sometimes you can go to Instagram and you see a person with a closed account. You need to sign up to connect with him or her. Simply be curious. Today you are in good moods, A, B, C. Or you may say, I am a holder of some value benefit for this person. Armand is answering the question in the Russian speaking chat. Please put hashtag looking for a job, hashtag without job, hashtag pandemic, hashtag coronavirus, and you will see millions of messages. You enter this list of messages and the commenters who leave their comments, actually you can write to them. There are a lot of people who say, I am without job, I'm fired, I don't know what to eat. You click him or her and say, hello friend, I'm ready to help you. There is an opportunity or solution for you to overcome this situation. Guys, as Andrei says, this is our golden time for everyone. All the guys, do you see it? I'm excited and I'm smiling my full mouth because of the simplicity of your explanations. Guys, everything genius is very simple. Understand this and realize this and start doing. Many people do not receive a result because they simply don't act. find your strengths. You can create your courses, your trainings. Simply start doing something, learn from someone and do it, apply it in practice and see how it works. And I wish to all of you incredible successes, because, dear friends, our target is 100 million, but with the tool Andrei will show to you in the end. By the way, can you please scroll down the next slide? Andrei will show you one tool which will actually do it instead of you. If there are any questions to me, please ask them. If not, then I will call it a day. Andrei speaks. And in the end, there are some pieces of news, and I'd like to show you these. These tools to be introduced hopefully in June. They are digital doubles. First of all, 20 digital doubles to be provided to 20 leaders active on the internet. Armand will be among them. Then it will be provided to another 1,000 leaders, and then we will see how it goes and whether they will be provided for some work or sold in the network. Look, what do they do? What Armand showed, and why you are to be able to meet people on the internet in social networks. We want you to train to meet 5 or 10 people. It's not a difficult task, what Armand showed you, not to stay there from morning till late evening. So simply sending messages. The greater your practice of meeting people is, the easier it will be to launch the digital double. Digital double is a being which acts following your algorithm, and it can meet from 50 to 100 people in different social networks. On Facebook, there could be 15, 20 persons a day, up to 50. Vkontakte, there are some restrictions as well. So look, next week, the guys we will invite to our Saturday webinar, so our partners in this 50 to 50 business of digital doubles, and the prospects of growth rate of this company is huge. Pick up a calculator if you have it nearby, and in case on average you meet 50 persons a day, not 5 persons but 50 multiplied by 30, you get 1,500 a month. These are those people you met in a month. Multiplied by 12 months in a year, you get 18,000 people a year, in a year. And in our network, we have such 10 persons with digital doubles. We have 180 million newly met people in a year. But in case they are not 10,000, but 100,000, it is 1.8 billion. And this is actually our goal. And by using these digital doubles, and they will be functional if you communicate and meet people, because the algorithm of meeting people described by Armand, then actually any social network will disconnect us in a month, because they will understand what we are using. And the purpose of your meeting these people is to invite them to the webinar or to send them up to the business. You are to be the author of some messages. They will sign up to your messages, and then in these messages or in this communication, you will motivate them for the company and for the buying of our products. Armand would like to add as well. Look, guys, what am I doing? In case a person is ready, and then I give him a link to Zoom or any other platform, Skype, to talk live. But in case I am not ready to have it live now, but he's ready to move on, you can create in Telegram or somewhere else a chat and make a separate file and actually include all the people there for you not to actually search it on the internet, those people who are willing to sign up, but you didn't do it. Look, a digital double can talk hundreds and thousands of people in social networks and actually in a very simple way propose to them to cooperate in a subtle way. And it could be semi-automatic mode of meeting these people. You program the digital double by following your algorithm of communication. You may be quite aggressive or less aggressive in your communication. Then you can sell or buy goods and services by using a digital double. You can find investors and partners, motivate your team to be always in touch, and they never sleep, they never have a leave, they never ask for a pay rise. And in 2001, actually, when I had a lot of phone calls from different newspapers, then in 2001, the internet was not so developed as today. It was quite poor. Do you remember this ICQ software, the only software through which we managed to communicate? There were some others, but less popular. But nonetheless, when I was fed up of those phone calls I received day and night, and mobile phones were quite expensive, therefore I received these phone calls to my stationary telephone. I need to stay at home and could not actually go to my office. And then I actually bought the automatic receiver of these phone calls, and this digital double is can automate or make automatic the work of your business. And most importantly, it never sleeps, it never has a leave, and it never asks for a pay rise. And the second tool is data mining and how it works. Every network participant, a miner, can connect any of their social media and the social media of the immediate environment to say, you have your package of social media. So it should be your real social network, and people are it as your friends, following your algorithm of communication. And it may apply to your relatives or to your family. If you have a husband or your children, up to 4 people, so they can actually collect or add such friends. And data mining is based on adding new friends to your lists based on your psycho-emotional state you have, because my friends will be different from the friends of Armand, for example, because we have different spheres of communication. And this way you add your friends and test your active friends. And because in some social networks, there could be up to 5,000 people in the list of your friends, such as Facebook, Vkontakte, it's even less. So next week we will show it. For many social networks, data mining will add to your list of friends new people. And secondly, we will create your digital double of your personality, which communicate dozens of people globally. And an agent network of 100,000 miners can control up to 1 billion people around the world. So 100,000, 1 billion people divided by 100,000, you get 10,000 in your network. And it means that we can become, and this is our goal, to become one of the very profound marketing company, and we will make our earning through the promotion of goods and services through your networks, because whenever there are some goods you use, your digital double will send a message. Look, I use these goods, they're very good. If you want, you can buy it from this website, but the price is here. But I am registered in one community and the price is twice lower. And on average, we can estimate, actually at our last summary meeting, I told you that in case you have 5,000 friends in your social network, active friends, not some inactive friends, how you can test your active friends. When you make a post, and in case after your post, within a week your friends do not respond, do not comment one post, second, the third, then those with no comments, you need to delete them from your list of friends. Why? Because these friends are not active, they are not your friends. Let's discuss it in, like, view it in your life. You have a friend, you tell him something, and you says that I bought a good thing from Andrei, or I know Andrei, and this friend is asking you for a telephone of Andrei, like in real life. But in case in your social media friends are not active, you need to delete them and replace them with active. And in promotion of goods and services, we can become a leader globally with a totally new approach of the so-called mouth-to-mouth or partisan marketing approaches. And all agent miners will be joined into a meta brain under the control of our artificial intelligence. Why do we need data mining? Look, when a person provides his account to us, upon his consent, what we can do or what we can't do, of course, with the disclaimer that no weapons, no arms, no drugs will be sold on his behalf, nothing illegal will be done, and which is fully in line with the philosophy of the person. But in case he allows us to promote some goods and services, in case he has 5,000 friends, he can make every day from 10 cents to $1 from each friend he has in his list a month. And another direction is Etimol. So this is smart marketplace, which will boost sales again through this data mining tool. Dear friends, the reason I'm saying all this is that we are to grow very quickly, and we are collaborating and entering into the collaboration with those companies or people with similar goals and interests, with a target to get a better share in the market, better approach and entry to the market, and to cover the 15% of the global population to be in our ecosystem. But we are to work with those people, conscious people, reasonable people who understand what they are doing, but not bombarding someone else with the marketing. But actually in the communication of Armand, it was clear that a person is selling products. So it shouldn't be this way actually. And then your friends you communicate with, actually you will have a better value and effect from your communication. Therefore, next Saturday, our partners Alexander Neymar and Dmitry will speak up and introduce you to this topic, and the launch of the sales. I'm going to do my best to be present as well and introduce you to the investment part of this project. And the last important thing, why 5 meetings a day? But because 150 meetings in a month, 450 in 3 months, and on average from 1,200 to 1,500 meetings in a year. And what you get out of this, you understand the logics of each slide, you master the presentation making practice, you create your ideal presentation, because everyone has his tips, and with this base you become the president of the company, and your partners could duplicate you. And it is so important to have 5 meetings a day. And my question to you, dear friends, put a plus if you are ready to make 5 meetings or 5 presentations a day. Do we have such people in our rooms? And please put 2 pluses if you will make these 5 presentations. And now I'm passing the floor to Harin, passing the floor back to Harin for him to finalize today's webinar and to wrap up and to sell the next week webinar. Harin, the floor is yours.
Again, I am back. This is awesome. Now, who felt really energized flabbergasted, and that this thing is really awesome. I think what Andre started off with and what Arman showed, like seriously, what with Instagram on live training and also the digital double, I'm really excited, and I really hope that I'll be one of these first 1,000 people that get picked to use digital double. And you know what? Who's excited with me, and who is energetic, and who is really excited to see this development in our organization? If yes, give me a 10. And I would like to take this opportunity to again thank Arman Smoniaks and our CEO Andre for coming all along and showing us all these new ropes in the system. And I am on it again to now show you something, and this will be very interesting and exciting for you, because this is something related to the crypto unit exchange. If you think you want to know what's going on, I want you guys to now comment crypto unit or CRU in the chat. All right, now this is an timely update that we needed within our organization. This streamlines our CRU exchange, and the exchange officially takes place on the 25th of May. I want you guys to write this down. 25th of May, this takes place. This change will take place. And what change would that be? Now, moving forward, there would be approximately 5 categories of changes coming. And the 4 is displayed in front of you. So you won't be able to randomly exchange any number of crypto units, okay? So the basic value without spread will be done on the terms of lots, okay? If you understand what I'm trying to say, put LOT, lot, on the chat, please. Awesome. So what happens is one lot of our CRU exchange would be 100 crypto units. Okay, so one lot will be equivalent to 100 crypto units. 5 lots would be 500 crypto units. 10 lots would be 1,000. 50 would be 5,000. So for example, say you have 33,000 unlocked crypto units. Okay, so you won't be able to sell that 33,000 unlocked crypto units in one go. You have to now take the opportunity of breaking this up in this multiple lots. Okay, now you will only allowed to do 1 request at 1 order per time. I think they will be allowed to be stacked for VIP club members moving forward, and there'll be more news and information be put up in our back office moving forward. Requests will be executed chronologically, so first come first. For example, if you put your trade now and you put another trade later, obviously your first trade will be done first on first come first serve basis. All right, and this happens vice versa as well for crypto CRU to unit exchange or units to CRU exchange. So I repeat, all will be done on lot basis. 1 lot is equivalent to 100 crypto units, 5 lots to 500 crypto units, 10 lots to 1,000, and 50 to 5,000. If you absolutely understood what I was trying to say, give me a 7 on the chat, guys. And if we can have the next slide on every single room, that would be amazing. And it's a pleasure of mine to reiterate what is the Golden Friday. It's really awesome. It's an impressive discount which has been put out by our Presidential Council. I'm sure they are trying to, really, give us the best opportunity and how to increase our sales and also, gain credibility in our structures and network. So the Golden Friday will start from 3 p.m. Moscow time on 29th of May, all the way to 3 p.m. Moscow time of 30th of May. All right. So with that, mega discounts again starts at 29 May, which is next Friday at 3 p.m. Moscow time. I repeat, EIP beginners at 40 units, which is coming down to 20% discount, where you are saving 10 units at a time. EIP Basic at 187.5 units. At 25% discount, you're saving approximately $62.50. And EIP Elementary Education, which was a 1,000 unit pack, which is now going at a 30% discount at 700 units. So you're saving a massive 300 units right there. And EIP Secondary for Education, 4,000 is now dropped to 2,600 units, which is a 35% discount. And obviously to top all that, the Higher Education, which was a $10,000 pack, 6,500 units with a 35% discount. That's a massive whopping saving of 3,500 units. All right, so with that, my friends, just to sum up and just to, give you guys, something to, go back home to feel really pumped. I just wanted to share this with you as a brother. You know why most people never reach anywhere, even remotely close to their potential. All right. What Armand has shown us today and the possibility of digital double that Andre Horato has shown today, it just gives us a new horizon and a new hope to work for. But you want to know why most people never achieve their goals. You want to know why most people never become somebody they are proud of. The number one reason is because they give up far too soon. They might have been 3 feet away from goal. Just like Napoleon Hill. If you know who Napoleon Hill is, put it on the chat. Just like Napoleon Hill's famous story, but they threw in the spade and gave up. Meanwhile, someone else came along, and someone with staying power, someone with a plan, someone who's willing to put in a little extra effort. They dig a little deeper to claim that goal. Keep going, keep plugging away, and I assure you, my friends, new strength and new energy will definitely come to you, because you might be at those times where you want to give up. This pandemic has this, great reason to do that to us, or even could be some personal soul searching that is going through right now, where you're feeling absolutely that you want to give up. But all that struggle will be part of your story, not your misery. And, athletes know this. When you start to run a game or any type of physical activity or competition, sometimes it's the struggle early on. Physically, it seems too hard, right? And that is when most people stop and the moment gets hard. It didn't, you don't come this far only to come this far. I hear some people saying things like, when I make it, all right, when I get to the top, I'll keep working harder until I get to the top, until I reach my goals. Let me tell you something, my friends, there is no end. Winners never stop. If you reach your goal, set bigger goals. If you get to the top of a mountain, then find a bigger mountain. This ain't about money. This ain't about fame. It ain't about the status or material things, all right? Setting goals, achieving, then setting bigger goals. I always hear people, when I make it, when I reach to the top, I'll stop. But again, winners never stop. I want you guys to say this. I didn't come this far to come this far. I knew the road will be tough from the start. I never complained about my cards. I know the journey is long. Whatever comes my way, I will stick to the path. Nothing can stop me. Just look at my scars. I did not come this far to only come this far. No, no, no. I want you guys to also, say that I'm only getting started. This is just the beginning. I am proud of my achievements. That doesn't mean I'll settle for them. I want you guys to start thinking proud, but never satisfied. Proud, but forever hungry. Proud, but always ready. Proud, but pushing. Pushing for more, pushing for greatness. And you know what? I want you guys to also tell this to you. I didn't come this far to come this far. I came this far to go further. Get stronger, push yourself, and I will push myself harder. I want to let you know that, you know, me or you or anyone, we are just getting started. You know, there's been many times in your life, you know, you've been knocked down, you've been kicked on, you've been picked on, stabbed in the back, heckled, or laughed at. Can you tell how many times I personally have been let down, or you have? But 1,000 failures never ever kept anyone down. And I want you guys to, you know, really think about this. I know what it takes. I want you guys to believe that you should not be scared to make mistakes. Sometimes you have to go through the hell before you get to the pearly gates. Every day is a new day, a chance to be great, a chance to elevate. There's no way I'm starting at third base. If ain't going all the way, then ain't starting in the first place. I didn't sacrifice everything and come all this way to just give up when I'm only 3 feet away. Just like the story by Napoleon Hill. If the journey wasn't challenging, the destination wouldn't be amazing or rewarding. If the challenge that makes the greatness, if you reach your goal, then my friends, before I go, I tell you, if you reach your goal, set a bigger goal. If we get to the top of the mountain, find a bigger mountain. So with that, thank you, my friends, and watch out for the next summary meeting, which is coming up. Amazing lineup from our presidential council, and of course you will be seeing our CEO and everyone who is going to be there next week. So with that, my friends, if you reach your goal, set a bigger goal. If you get to the top of the mountain, find a bigger mountain. Thank you.